Last time on Dads and Dragons. In the shadowy labyrinth of the city's underbelly, Algie and his cadre navigate a maze of alleyways led by the mysterious farmer. With a furtive glance, the farmer reveals a hidden sewer entrance, beckoning Algie into the depths. The ever-vigilant Bretwin reassures Algie telepathically that he is there and ready to intervene if need be. Olsen, recognizing Bretwin's expertise in a rare change of form, grants him the lead in this situation. As they descend into the sewers, Algie warns them of the returning farmer, and they duck out of the way to not be found as Algie heads further ahead, positioning themselves strategically just a room away from Algie's clandestine meeting, but close enough to intervene if anything happens. Inside, Algie encounters Shyvana, a legendary assassin and the mastermind behind the Two-Leaf Clover Guild. Their exchange is a delicate dance of words, with Shyvana probing Algie's intentions, while Algie inquiring about a politically motivated assassination. Shyvana proposes a mutually beneficial arrangement between the two. Algie would serve as an ambassador for the guild, and someone connected and high up, in exchange for this valuable information. Enthralled by the praise and opportunity, Algie eagerly agrees, signing a contract that binds him to the guild's shadowy dealing. As the meeting concludes, Algie is elated, unaware of the perilous path that he has embarked upon, keeping fresh secrets from the cadre to his breast. Shyvana gifts him a small engraved pebble, a token of their new alliance, and he tucks it away with the rest of his rock collection. However, Bretwin... No. What turns out to have been the case was that the contract was used a rare, expensive, and untraceable poison called Marnagale in the assassination of the previous governor. This is something that twigs Bretwin's suspicion, and he recalls learning something about this back at the academy, but just can't quite remember what it is. Returning the group back to their accommodation, Bretwin sneaks out after they have gone to bed to go back to the barracks and dig through his notes, where he eventually finds the deadly properties of the Marnagale, something that over time leaves a blue trace within the victim's bones, something that would normally easily be missed. Over a hearty breakfast, Bretwin tells the other two what has been going on and what he's discovered, emphasizing the delicacy with which they will have to tread towards to deal with this, despite the web that Shyvana had woven for them of the various different shell companies and other people involved in this web of lies and deceit that had Botany felling the previous governor to put herself upon the throne. Together, the cadre resolved to track down the various different people, bring everything together, and build a case against Botany, all the while leaving her to continue working under VIP protection, unaware of what was coming towards her.
Very good.
Did you mention the Nightmare Night? Or what, Nightmare Dragon Night?
Not Midnight Dragon.
Midnight Dragon?
What about the Midnight Dragon?
Yeah.
What?
We weren't there. I didn't hear that. I said he's holding a fresh secret to his bosom.
That's
But,
a fair point.
in the recap, you know the secret, right? Also, you call it Algie's cadre, which I do not like.
It's the most important part of the whole story.
I kind of need like a diary, like a part of this recap needs to be like a dear diary from Algie. Read by you on the spot right now.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
Who's you? Who are we saying?
Algie, of course.
Okay. Dear diary, I've successfully put the Two-Leaf Clover Guild under my thumb. They have no idea that it's the Midnight Dragon. That it appears that they are working. I am working for them, but no, soon enough they will be working for me.
Perfect.
What the fuck?
Perfect. Fucking. The way I very nearly spat my beer all over my microphone. Oh my god.
Is there a more Algie way of dealing with that whole scenario?
Absolutely not. Illusion.
I'm the
Illusion
mastermind.
Monsoon. Convince yourself.
Algie's always the smartest person in the room.
And you
Or
are
so
a
he,
wizard.
so he thinks.
Ah, man, monks don't get good till level 2. No
Oh,
wonder I
did you
forgot
take the
we're at level
multi-class?
11. Yep, but it does like
Ooh.
literally nothing.
Just wait till we port over to 5.5, and then you get all those sexy new monk buttons.
Maybe I should just pretend I'm already there. Lachlan won't know.
I wouldn't. I'm not checking. This is an honesty policy.
Haha, my favorite.
Having said that, like, if you want to like undo a decision you made in the past and you can and like do a different thing, I'm totally okay with that. Like,
Lemon law.
Oh, they get
Yeah,
a new
yeah.
ability called Punch of Death. It just instantly kills something.
Like disintegrate?
Yeah, but at level 1.
I don't know. I don't know.
He's in the prestige class book.
That sounds very fancy for level 1.
Oh my god, the Pathfinder podcast I'm listening to, one of the characters like died at level 1, like literally like 2 breaths away from being level 2, and it was so sad.
Oof.
But also like, I mean, as sad as a level 1 character dying can be, but it was just like, no.
I think it's probably quite sad if you're on like a podcast like that, because
So
you would have
sad.
poured so much time into that character's bloody background, and then having to do
Yeah.
all that work again, I would be upset.
I know,
Couldn't
exactly.
just fudge it where you make the same guy again and just call him Jimothy instead of Timothy. You have to actually
Joke
come up with a
between
new
there,
name.
Well, Dylan knows exactly how that feels.
Exactly. Well, it was the same as well. She like rolled a 1 on her death save.
Nah.
Oh my
You
god.
know, it's a bad move. You shouldn't do that.
Bad move. Bad time.
Highly don't recommend.
Death saves. So exciting. Doesn't actually tell me anything.
So, where did we decide? Were we going? What are we doing now, Dylan? And
Yeah, we're gonna round up the remaining people of the shell company.
like 2 people, I think.
May as
2 or
well.
3.
In character, why not? It's like, well, once we manage to collect all of these various people, or at least, I suppose, the ones that are still alive anyway, we can go and talk to Falarian. Going and get. I think, we're going to have to be somewhat delicate about unearthing the prior mayor's bones and cracking them open. Like, just doing that in the street wouldn't be a good look for the claw, now would it?
Let's
But
get
he will
that.
certainly have heard of Marnagale, and
Do it
this
in the street.
will back things. This will back it up.
Why don't we get some signed confessions from the other people first, and then, without revealing to Botany anything, and then we can get further evidence. Might be a bit weird, Bretwin, if we're just going in and messing around with old people, like corpses. Messing with old corpses, that's
It
weird.
surprises me your sudden reservedness, Algie, but
Yeah.
Gossiping inside body.
I
Yeah,
gotta
the body
say I
was-
agree.
There's a
The body
clear
is no longer
description.
fresh, and that's the difference.
Oh,
There's a
He
clear
doesn't like it when
description.
it's cold.
Yeah.
Leftovers. Algae doesn't work with leftovers.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate it. I hate it.
Yeah.
That's
Very
not true
different.
either. I remember in the crypt, you got in those coffins, didn't you?
Which ones? The coffers.
Coffins in the crypt. I can't remember now. Wasn't that where you started off, looting a couple of coffins back in the day?
No,
Maybe.
I don't know.
It was like literally 2 years ago. I don't know.
No, I feel like it was I got the red gem from that big goblin was the start of it.
I thought there was stuff before
Yeah,
that
that's
too.
right.
Anyway,
Could
I
have
can't be
been.
sure.
Yeah.
I agree with Algie, is what I mean to say. I think if we're going to bring down the governor, elected governor of the city, even one like Botany, so obviously corrupt, we need to have all the evidence we can.
This is true, and also now that we know about it and that Vivers knows about it, there's not really any need to rush. We can take our time building this case in a way that the people will accept. And if we have to go and, loot Sarah's in the meantime while we've got Botany under house arrest, so be it. As long as she does not suspect anything, it's not like she will try to flee. And even then, it's not like she could flee under her VIP protection.
I don't want to leave the city if we can avoid it. I know Ceres and its bounties are ever in my mind, but I feel like as soon as we leave, something terrible could happen. Bonnie could wrest control back. Bonnie could find out what we've been doing.
Who knows what further damage she could cause.
You have to remember,
she-
my eyes were opened long ago, but the rest of the city-state, and you people as well, only recently found out.
Yes, I suppose this is true.
Okay.
I think we want to start torturing people.
Yep.
Let's go
Well,
find some people to torture.
Bretwin's the expert. Bretwin, we'll let you lead on this one. You're the covert type. I'm sure
Well,
you.
as long as you don't manage to burn down our evidence again, or almost burn down our evidence again, Algie, that would be nice.
When have I ever done that?
He's just like, 7 hours ago, 23 minutes.
What? What did I burn down?
I
Well,
remember
no,
that
remember you
time you
almost
tried to
said the
burn all the
thing.
ships.
You guys don't know.
That's a good point.
Did we never figure that out?
I don't think so. I know Bretwin was sus, but I don't think he ever like directly saw anything.
It's hard to remember what's true about Algie through the web of lies.
Yeah.
Algie, if that is even your real name.
Well, it's not.
It is.
We know it's not.
Yeah, actually, that's a good point. We know it's not.
Bretwin, you know it's. That one's not.
Redwin, you're a terrible spy.
Can we trust him about his monocle? He's just...
I swear to God, those bones better be blue or we break them open. If
He-
we're just
he did
looting
initi-
this coffin for no reason.
Yep.
Okay. So, okay. What's the plan?
So
Torturing some people.
there's like 2 people, maybe
Yep.
3, but at least 2 people
Mm-hmm.
connecting Botany to this murder. Middle players. There's no clear link to
Bet you've
Botany,
heard of
but
the
there's 2
two-leaf plot.
people who we know some kind of vague connection with Botany, and we know they're connected to the murder because of our research into the shell companies via the 2-leaf clover guild.
Okay.
So we want to get them. Get
We
at
should
least
check if
one
any
of
of
them
them
into a
with Botany
room.
recently.
So
That's a
you've
good
got some
idea.
names.
Jesus.
You've got some names to work with. You've got Bia Yang. I don't know if you know anything other than the name. You don't know anything other than the name, I think. That's
Are they an upstanding member of the local government that I might obviously know about because of
Yeah.
my intense ties to the Algatheran way of life? Here it
No.
comes.
No.
3. No, never heard of it.
no. Bia Yang doesn't really ring any bells. And then the other one is Am Norvov.
And
You know,
Norvov.
I'm more focused on the big players. You know,
Yeah.
the
Which one was in the
names.
chain? Was Fear 3 and then Am 2, or and then 1 being Botany?
Okay, so
Oh.
you've got the sort of the way it's the way the work order, we'll call it a work order, was structured, is that you've got the apparent requester, and the apparent requester was Via Yang. And then the job, and then there's a list of proxies, and in this case there's only 1 proxy, and that was Amnorvov. And then the 2-leaf clover guild have a section for like original requester, and in there they've got Botany.
You're getting very niche here.
I've put a lot of thought into how I would orchestrate a fantasy murder, of course.
So Fear was the one who talked to the, or the closer
Yeah.
of the two to the.
Yeah, so, but like on the surface, it would look like the only person involved in this is that Via has requested the murder of Governor Jenkins for an exorbitant sum of money, requesting like the utmost in stealth and no questions asked. But of course, the Two Leaf Clover Guild, they ask questions just in the background. They're professional.
Mm.
So,
Nice.
Do we have
what
to
would you like to do?
pretend we don't know that the Two Leaf Clover Guild has told us, or can we just? What do you think, Algie? Did they say anything about how they came about this information? Whether we needed to keep it secret?
No. I think they're cool with it.
No, but they're kind of getting outed here. It's
As
not
long
very
as-
professional if they share their contacts with us.
As
The
long as the
police.
public doesn't find out. As long as this keeps within inner circle, you know.
No loose
Hi.
ends.
We all know how we
Not
feel about
quite.
loose ends.
As long as Dragon Knights and, you know, Vivers, sure that's fine, but not like Bretwin, is this confession, are they gonna make it through the confession? What are you planning on doing here?
Well, you know, just have to ask the right questions. We've got enough pieces of the puzzle to crack it wide open.
So let's be clear here. Loose ends or no loose ends?
Who is that to
Well, witnesses aren't incredibly useful when they're dead, Olson.
So loose end. Okay. I'm just.
but what about
Algie, can you
signed?
confirm? Are we loose ends?
See what plays out?
I feel like we're
What if there's a signed confession? Like that'll probably work.
we're getting mixed up here. You know, I'm talking about whether we should kill these people or not. Should we leave them alive? I don't. Do they say anything? They're an assassin guild.
I mean,
I think
we're
we
not,
should
we're
kill
not
them.
leaving-
You know,
I mean,
whether
we're not
they
leaving
were
them to
admitted
go-
to it or not, they were involved in
We're
the
not
murder
leaving
of
them
the
to
governor.
go. I mean, we're not leaving them to go free, obviously.
We are
It's
the
ridiculous.
justices of Ordicar.
Ooh.
So we can punish his being fit.
Algie, that is not quite what he said. Just
Are you
let's
sure?
not get any ideas here.
He said a lot of things. He might have slipped that in there.
We're not stepping into the Golden Man's domain here.
Did anyone
Ordicar is
say?
about order, not justice.
But what is order without justice?
We need to restore order.
Yes, in the flow of mana and entropy, not within the city.
Well, yes, within the city. That's
It's
what
like,
we're doing.
Don't worry. We have some time to find these people. Let me. And he pulls out like his book of script, like the Ordicar book of scriptures, and he's just like flips it open. And it's like, listen up. And while they're just walking, he's just going to be like aggressively lecturing Algie.
Do I have a spell for find people?
Yeah,
Well,
what's your plan for finding via what's her name? Via Yang.
Describe or name a creature that is familiar to you. No.
Not really familiar. Well,
Yeah, I was looking at locate object before, and I'm like, don't. That seems silly.
I can locate a specific creature known to me, or a nearest creature of a specific kind. But if it's just a regular old person that I've never heard of before, can't do
Oh,
it.
I
probably
can.
not.
Too bad I
I
rolled so
can
low.
I can scry for people.
Oh,
That's a thing.
Well, we can also,
I
like-
can do.
you know, let's check. We can still check who's seen botany.
That's
Anytime
a good place.
recently?
Why don't we start off there, and then we'll do magic if we need to.
Yeah.
Mm.
Won't
Save your magic
sully
for the
myself with
interrogation.
scrying. A ritual spell? Lame. I
So
guess
what's
it's
the
a
plan?
ritual spell.
We're gonna check
go
with.
check the logs.
I'm sure,
Yeah, go see who's
Being-
spoken to.
being a democratic nation, they would have clear
Oh.
transparency on who meets with the elected officials of
Oh, I
Alcastera.
see. You're
What
looking
are
at
the? I know Australia doesn't have this, but
yeah.
No, we don't.
Agathera would have like it is an orderly city, right?
Yeah, not like Australia.
Like,
Australia runs on entropy.
yeah, we
Sweet, sweet coal.
Yeah, we burn that fucking coal. Yeah, every meeting with the governor must be, and all high level officials must be booked, and meeting minutes are not always available on public record, but every appointment is. That's for certain.
Oh,
We won't check the old public record. Also, we've had Buttoney like locked down for 2 days now. We can see if anyone's met with her during that time.
Wait,
well, like a
Security
day.
put them in the house arrest.
Did
Yeah.
we put? I think we did that. We told Vivens
Yeah, we
to
got-
do that straight away.
Yep.
Well, Vivers was going to go and start the proceedings to bring in
Probably
military
true.
rule.
Maybe we wouldn't
Yeah.
have her under house arrest.
Like, it's probably not. It's not. It can't be that fast. Like we literally spoke to him like yesterday.
Yeah, that's gonna take a little bit. Have you? So, but you want part of that military rule is to put Bodney under house arrest. You want Vivus to do it?
It's not
Yeah,
house
yeah.
arrest.
Well,
It's
someone-
VIP,
Yeah,
homebound
protection,
protection.
yes.
Protective services, yes.
Yeah. So that would happen immediately.
Hmm.
That will probably happen immediately. Yeah. So as of today, it's probably happened as of today.
All right, let's check the logs. And
The
then-
city. In fact, as you walk through the city, it's a buzz. It is a buzz with the news of the military.
What do they call it? It's like Praetor Maximus or some. Oh, no, it wasn't that.
I couldn't find that
You-
out.
you
I
could
tried to
easily
find
look
that for
it
my
up.
recap. You said it like 3 times on the day.
I
I
know.
tried to find it. I asked ChatGPT. They didn't know.
You
I
gotta-
don't
you
know.
gotta go
I think
from-
you might have made it up, Cameron. Honestly,
I didn't. I didn't make it up.
ChatGPT was like, "Do you mean Caesar? He's a guy?" And I was like, "Nah, not that. It's got a special name."
Caesar.
I typed in like Praetor Dominus,
Praetor
Praetor
Maximus or
Proxima, Praetor something, and he was like, "Nah, none of these words mean anything." I was like, "Does this mean kind of like this?" And ChatGPT was like, "No, Praetor means this, Dominus means that. You're talking about like in the house or something." Look,
What?
I stopped Latin in year 7, so.
Martial law Rome.
I looked-
Martial-
No, it
I
was.
tried to
It
find
was.
this.
It was in the
ChatGPT.
wartime that they would elect a dictator
Yeah.
who would run all the military stuff and run everything.
I was looking like
Junta.
Dictari or something like that. Couldn't find
Arian
nothing.
law.
Huh?
No. Oh, Marshall for Mars. That makes sense.
There was definitely something. Cameron said it the other
Yeah.
day, and it sounded good, but ChatGPT did not know about it.
Yeah. I don't know.
Dictator
It
Ray.
sounded damn good.
It did sound really good.
Mm.
Let me get my.
Dictore
So
something.
Yeah, I definitely didn't.
Praetor
write it up.
Dictore, something like that.
Yeah. Where are my Google Docs?
But then I found dictator was actually from some
Yeah, it
other
was
word.
different.
It's not
What?
from.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Dictator was from something else. The root of dictator was a Latin word, but it was like not dictator. It was like sheep or something like that. I think I'm confounding things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or I could have just made a bunch of stuff
I mean,
up.
What you made up sounded damn good, but
There
we're
was
just gonna
something
call it
about-
martial law because that's easy.
There's something about
And
cows.
that is also correct.
I think the Italian
Cows.
word for cow is linked to some other word, but I don't think either of them are dictator.
Ooh.
Italian for cow? Question mark?
There's
La vaca.
Forget excited.
Cow is a root for vaccine because of cowpox. Oh, I'm back on it.
what do you mean cowpox?
Cowpox. They figured out milkmaids who were milking cows didn't get smallpox, so they were getting like a little vaccination from the cowpox. So they gave people the cowpox vaccine. That's how they eradicated smallpox. The word for vaccine is from the word for cow in Italian. Oh,
Nice.
it's all coming
Praetor
together.
Maximus.
None of them
What's
have
that?
anything to do with what we're talking about.
What the fuck is even going on?
Okay,
Silly.
all right. It's martial law. The town is a
And
buzz. With
A
the
cow
news of the
is
martial
la
law.
vaca.
The cow is La Vaca. The dictator is Praetorian.
Yeah,
it's all
well,
happening out here.
ChatGPT tells me that Maximus was greatest and Praetor was like a high level official, but
Okay, it's Maximus Dictatorus Praetorian.
Praetor
of
Maximus
Barca,
is
Right,
what
it doesn't-
what's his face is.
People are wondering, what's happened that has led to this. The news is murky. Some are saying that Ceres is attacking us. Some are saying we're about to attack Ceres. People are talking about Phaeton. No one even knows what's going on with Phaeton. There's a
Phaeton
whole
Lane.
nother city-state out there called Zeta that like people are making rumors about, but
That's
no
like
one knows
3
what's going on.
expansions away. Don't worry about Zeta.
wasn't Camp Zeta where we first started?
No, that's Zeta. It's Zeta.
Oh,
Yeah,
Zeta.
Z-A-T-A-R.
Sorry.
The A's got a little thingy on it. Or maybe actually Port Zeta was named appropriately. Think about that. Think about that.
Mm.
Yeah,
Why?
I can say whatever the fuck I want. You have to figure out if it makes sense.
All right, let's. All right.
That's how I've run this campaign.
Oh no, the curtain's been pulled. A big jar of spaghetti.
Look, it's a jar of spaghetti that has a lot of notes backing it. At the end of the campaign, I would love to invite you to my confluence where I've
The
done all
confluence
my
again.
work on this.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
Oh.
All right. Anyway, oh sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, like the amount of time I went in digging into all of the other shit that we could have done in Princes when we finished that one.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Just like how other people had run it or other people had done it.
That's pretty interesting because it's like there is actually so much depth there. You'll find that this campaign you've pretty much explored the depth because I make the depth as we go.
Yeah,
Nice.
we're just going through a nice long, like knee deep. Like it's pretty good.
We're in the bog. We're in the bog.
Yeah.
Sometimes we
Frogs.
get
Nice.
pretty far under the surface, but I think we're just
Yeah.
like in a tunnel.
Yeah, sometimes we go-
Yanked.
and that's exactly it though. Like sometimes it's appropriate to like for example, Port Barudaran. The lore for that place was unbelievable, and it was so unnecessarily complex, but it was really cool.
It was great. It was so good.
Yeah, I don't know. I actually think in some ways this campaign is way more complex than Princes of the Apocalypse and has way more moving parts. They just happen to
Yeah.
pop up just in time.
Side note: we should go back to Port Barudan.
Yeah.
Remember, we
that'll be
left a
nice.
bit of a ticking time bomb there.
Yes, we did.
They're waiting for us from the conference. Anyway,
Conference. Bitch, the way that I'm literally never going to be able to say that word fucking normally ever again.
I always think that in my head every time anyone talks about it.
Oh, really? We need to go to our conference to learn how to build more boats.
Now you're living in my life.
Yeah.
Anytime someone says conference, I'm like, you guys are saying that wrong.
Maybe it is me who's wrong. No.
No.
It is them. It is them.
It's
They don't even
everyone
know about
else.
the boats. Why go to a conference if there's no boats?
True.
All right.
True fact.
Back,
Alright,
back to
Anyway.
All right, we're back
Anyway.
in.
logs.
you've made your way to the government archives.
Is it the same one?
Yeah, it's back at that library where you were looking
shit.
up. You were talking about the
Oh.
Algetharian tigers. And Governor
I
Jenkins'
wasn't talking
rich
about
history. Someone might not want to talk about the Algetharian tigers. That's true.
Oh, don't be.
But yeah, the government records are stored here. The librarian welcomes you. Same lady on the shift. She says, "Oh, suspected you'd be back. Take your time, browse the archives at your leisure. If you have any questions or just want to chat, I'll be right here."
Yes, we're back again. I wanted to know one fact me and my friend disagreed on about the Algetharian
Oh.
tigers.
Well, it's funny. After you left, I felt like I had to brush up on my history myself because it's just such an inspiring story. The Algetharian tigers. Did you know that for 10 years, they lost every single game they played?
I know.
A dark period.
Quite impressive for them to strive on.
That's why
Yes.
Governor Jenkins' run was so impressive. I assume he was
Well,
after.
yes, Governor Jenkins.
I assume he
um,
turned it around.
Yes, Governor Jenkins. I personally, I don't think all credit can go towards Governor Jenkins. I felt like he rode the coattails of Coach Lasso for his
Lasso.
what? What?
Very impressive, coach.
Good man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really turned that team around. Just like really brought the culture back towards what Alcatherans should be doing.
I have to disagree. I think Coach Lasso was a bit of a hack. Sure, he might have had good feels, but he wasn't a
Yes.
winner. You know, he didn't win games. Governor Jenkins, he won games. He knew how to run a
After
team,
10 years.
how to run a
After
city.
10 years, no less.
After 10 years, no less.
Well, Sir Olsen, it is funny you mentioned that because I've just finished his thesis that one of our most eminent sports researchers has written on whether Coach Lasso was a hack or a cultural bastion. If you would like, I can take you and run you through my notes that I've been
Now,
putting
look,
together.
I didn't say he wasn't a cultural bastion. Bastion? A cultural
Yeah,
bastion.
right.
But he was also a hack. He just wasn't a winner.
Oh,
Not like
well,
Governor Jenkins. Governor
that
Jenkins
nuance is explored
delivered.
on page 43.
All right.
Would you like to come and review this with me?
I really don't want to, but I will resign myself to it. I say, yes.
Through gritted teeth, sweating.
That's the
I look back
enthusiasm
with
that I
algae. I'm like,
help me.
Nah.
All right.
We'll be checking the logs.
So Olsen is preoccupied. What are the other two doing?
So we're gonna go and check through like these official like meeting records.
Okay. Yep. You dive through the meeting records. Loads and loads and loads of meetings. Botany does have a meeting with Amnorvov about 6 months ago, and then another 5 months after that, and then another just a few days after that one. So a sequence of meetings. There's no record of a meeting with Via Yang though.
With M, does it have like like the lobby group or whatever associated, like, was it just the name?
Yes. Yeah. There's the like reason for meeting request, and it's written down as discussing the market rate of wool.
That boring stuff. All right. It doesn't help us as much as I would have thought, Bretwin.
I mean, these people are professionals. Like, if they can get this deep and hire the people that we're dealing with, they're not going to just write something like that in the official logs. Come now.
But we know that Anne has met with Botany, but what about the other one?
Several times, no less. I mean, it would make sense that she would only have met with one of them. I mean, this is the entire point of it. You do not want to extricate. You want to extricate yourself from any connection as much as possible. But now I guess the connection is we need to find between Am and Via.
Perhaps we start with Am then. Shouldn't be too hard to find.
Yes, I think you are correct.
Yeah, part of the records include Am's like business that he's representing, and it is in fact a farm, a sheep farm, located on the edge of Agathera.
Excellent.
Yes, all right. I mean, I get Bretwin's gonna just sort of have like a further flick through, just sort of around those dates to see if anything else sort of sticks out, like anything of a similar sort of energy.
Okay, roll me investigation.
Whap.
15. It's the sort of takeaway you get scanning through those states is that there's nothing as mundane as this meeting. The rest of the meetings that Bodney has are all listed as like, you know, core plans for securing southern front, the reinforcements to border war with Syrians, like really heavy stuff. Meetings with engineering about the state of the heart battery. It's actually almost like on second inspection, it is super bizarre that this meeting with a wool farmer about the market rate of wool is even allowed to be in Botany's calendar.
That's your privilege
See,
right there. You're like,
you
oh,
just
the
gotta
market rate of wool's not important. This is people's clothes. Alcathera's freezing in the street. Anyway,
That's all right.
I'm just learning about squashable.
The rich history of squashable.
Yeah.
The bread and services while the meetings about wool are being ignored.
My king, your dragons require so many sheep. We're all starving because of this.
Oh my god.
I wish I had the talent to make Botany like a Emperor's New Groove, like Cusco type character, but I just couldn't do it. And that's where I let you all down. I apologize.
She's basically Eastwood, though, with how evil she is. So.
Well, that's true. That's true.
I think less
Yeah,
outwardly
well,
evil.
In Olsen's eyes, anyways.
Yeah, Olsen just imagine. Yeah, that is how Olsen sees her perfectly.
All right,
How you don't see it.
Bretman, let's go save Olsen and make our way to the wool farm, the sheep farm.
Yes, I think this is a good first step.
Okay. Olsen, you're deep in the minutia of whether a person who inspires others is the cause or just a proxy for success, and whether
Just a proxy.
a leader who creates great results is just lucky because they have excellent an excellent team, or if they've done an actual good job of motivating that team. It's a grind out here.
You know, Governor Jenkins had a good team from Coach Lasser, but Coach Lasser had so much support the whole way through. I mean, such greats as Stephen Bowditch, Rodney Eels.
You looked up sporting names.
Who are these people?
Played Ted Lasso.
Barbara Wall? No
Are they-
one?
Are they from the show? Who the fuck are these people?
Brett Martin? These are Australian squash players in the Hall of Fame.
Jesus. Who are the first ones?
We're kind of working backwards
Not
here.
squash.
Stephen Bowditch, inducted 2015. Rodney
Never
Eels,
heard of him.
2008. Liz Irving, 2011.
Is there
Who's the
Robert
most
Palmer?
recent? Brett Martin, 2022. Jenny Irving. No, don't
No.
see him.
No, fucking hell. Wow, that's bad.
I don't know any of them.
Watch Hall of Fame Australia. Hall of Fame members. The Heather McKay, I would know.
Where's Heather McKay?
Rodney Eels.
I said that one.
Man, I did not know these people. That's so depressing for me.
I
Heather-
don't see Heather McKay here.
Heather Blundell, Leda McKay. There you go.
I think Sarah Fitzgerald. I think I met her maybe.
What the fuck?
Anyway, you've
Sarah
all
Fitzgerald?
embarrassed yourselves.
I know Sarah Fitzgerald.
And that's why Ted Lasso's team was great. Because he had all
Rachel
these Hall of
Brown.
Fame players that were just starting out their careers. He got
Oh,
lucky.
So, squash has a Hall of Fame and then it has a Legends. Hall of Fame Legends.
Back on D&D.
That's even better.
Can't get them out of it. They're locked in.
Look, I'm retired from squash. My hips don't work anymore.
Mm.
Do you want me to do the recap
actually,
next week,
oh
Cameron?
no.
It's gonna be like two sentences.
actually, I'm
Uh-huh.
probably still gonna play
The
comp,
recap
but
next
like,
week's gonna be the easiest ever.
Yeah.
we've really meandered. This session has been
I
like.
wasn't gonna say it. I'm just gonna like keep happening. I thought about it just before as well.
All right, let's go. Off to the sheep farm.
So much
Off to the
stories.
farm.
How do you find the sheep farm?
Oh, it's on the edge of town, isn't it?
Do you know it? Are you familiar with the sheep farms of Algathera?
No, there's so
Show me
many
a
edges.
justification.
There's only so many edges of town.
It's a circle.
Well, we're in
Literally
the archives. You
infinite
can go and
edges.
look up the register of all the sheep farms in the area.
Yeah.
Just sort of flick through until we find
Okay.
a relevant one.
Okay, fair play. Yes. You get the exact address from the archives, and off you go. You're greeted by a young girl, maybe like 15, who is like loses her mind. She's like, "Is this? Are you? Oh my God! Are you the Dragon Knights at my farm?
I let
Oh
him below.
my God! Can I get an autograph from all three? Just wait. I'll be right back. I'll get my diary.
No, you can't. We're here on official business.
Oh, okay. Well, how, oh. And she just starts bawling. She's like, well, how can I help you with your business, Sir Olsen?
What are we doing here?
The idea of you saying no to a child is very funny.
She's 15.
I have my poster in your room if you prefer to autograph that.
She's an
Oh.
adult. By the time I was 15, I was in the army.
All right. I like this.
How about you?
Yeah,
You can
that's-
help us out, and then you can go grab your poster, and I'll be happy to sign it. But
Yeah, so Sprock, for real?
Bretwin, why?
Yes,
Are
Please
you
let her
gonna
know why we're
sign
here.
the poster too, Brett?
it's like I can't imagine they have posters of me yet, but you know.
It's all
Um,
three of you actually. It's really cute.
It's cute.
They do indeed work fast. No, we're here to have a chat with one Nova, your mother, sister, aunt.
My dad.
Dad.
And she's like
Well-
wiping the tears away. She's like, yeah, he'll be out in the field somewhere. He's probably working in the north field today. If you want, you can. I can take you there. I can take you there in the tractor. I'll just get it right now. Just wait here.
That really won't be
No.
necessary. Why don't you get your poster ready for Algie to sign, and we'll be right back.
Yeah, we'll be right back. You
Okay,
wait inside
alright.
for us. We'll come knocking, and we'll let you know.
All right, I'll make you cookies.
You can't. We're not going to be that long. You can't make cookies. It's only going to be like 10 minutes.
Oh, Olsen, you're so right. I'll make you a fruit platter.
Just whatever you have on offer ready. That'll be fine.
Don't go to too much trouble on our regard.
No, please. The fruit platter sounds great.
I've been saving a pineapple.
Oh,
What? A pineapple?
Yeah, we only get 2 a year.
Perhaps your father can wait.
They're very expensive for us.
Yeah, they're expensive for everyone. It's a pineapple.
2 a year is actually pretty luxurious.
Yeah.
These are rich farmers. This wool farm is suspiciously successful.
Yeah.
they
Yeah,
have 2 sheep. Somehow they're affording pineapples.
my dad brought one home like a month ago. I don't know how he afforded it, but I'm so happy. I've been saving it for a special occasion. And what's more special than being visited by the Dragon Knights?
You're goddamn
Yes, this
right.
is indeed
I'm
true.
sure this will definitely be a memorable day.
Oh my god. RJ. Anyway, we
That's grim.
Yes, we'll be back.
All right.
I'm an Assassin's Guild guy now.
Little finger cut.
Do you have inspiration, Cam?
Probably. Let me check. I don't actually. There you go.
There you go. That's fucking dark. All right. You find.
Do you think she's in on it too?
I don't think that's likely, Algie. Come on.
We'll check with Am. You know, if he doesn't tell us the truth, we got options.
Yeah, you
There
find
you go.
you find like a, I don't know, like probably late 40s man in the field, just herding sheep, moving them from one pasture to another. There's only one guy out here.
It's like, well, it's like, greetings, Mr. Norva. We have we've heard that your wool is something exceptional, even compared to the other farms around Algathera. We've got some need of it before we head further back out into the cold north, and we were told that yours was indeed the warmest. Could we have some of your time?
It would be my honor to outfit the Dragon Knights for anything that they would seek to achieve. Just the idea of my wolves lining your skin in battle is a dream that I don't think I have ever expected to dream. I can get this for you right away, or would you like it fresh from the sheep before you?
Well, I probably not. I know it does need to be treated and prepared and
Probably.
all of that sort of things.
Yes. I do have some stores that I had ready for shipment, but I will delay that shipment for the good of the Dragon Knights and for the good of Algathera.
Yes, we are all, of course, working for the good of Algathera here, the joy of its people and the prosperousness of our nation against those who would do her harm, are we not?
That's right. I only have the best interests of Algathera at heart, and what better way of serving Algathera than serving her Dragon Knights?
What
Looks
better way?
Looks like you serve the best interests of these sheep as well. What do you feed them? Perhaps some clovers? How many?
Roll me insight, Cam.
Inside is.
The look that Bretwin gives Algie.
Oh, he doesn't need to know anything. Well, I've got -1 on this. 14.
Okay. You see absolutely like zero reaction out of him, and he's like, "Oh, yeah. I mean, sometimes they have clovers. It's over in the western field. We've got quite a lot of them, but I've been keeping these ones in the north, where it's mainly just grass and shrub. So it's like a complete non-response.
How far away from the house are we?
Oh, well far. Like
What was it,
maybe
screaming
a K.
distance? No one could hear.
Yes, yeah. You're isolated. The house is like lined with trees for windbreak, so I think that you would be quite well sound protected.
All right. I look at Bretwin. I say, Bretwin, this is a lot of mucking around. This is not how we usually do things. Should I? A little spark comes off my fingers. Should we?
What? You're a druid. You're a druid.
Should we start the fire?
I can just imagine also doing like a little shimmy dance in the middle of the field,
It's just
like blasting sparks at everyone.
Yeah, maybe I was too subtle in my clothes. Perhaps 2-leaf
Yes.
clovers?
Roll me inside.
4.
absolutely no response. He's like, well, you know, is a two-leaf clover a thing? I mean, I've heard of four-leaf clovers, but I thought they were three-leaved. Wait, is that wrong? Is it four or three? I don't know. I'm not really an expert. I just farm sheep.
This guy's good.
Yes, but the thing that we find interesting is that despite how highly regarded your wool is, how are you getting one-on-one time with Botany? And so much of it. We noticed that you've had several private meetings with her in the last 6 months alone. That is, I mean, the wool trade is important, but when it comes to, you know, the running of the city, the topping up of our central mana engine, the sending out of the Corsman, how have you, a sheep farmer, managed to get into Botany's office? That is
Okay,
really what we're getting to.
Bretman, roll me inside.
Bro, it's better than Algae.
Yes. And I can guidance myself because I'm a cleric.
Nice.
17, 21.
21. He is sweating bullets. As soon as you sort of mentioned how he got audience with Bodney, like he sort of started losing his cool. But then you mentioned like multiple sessions and the fact that like he's like the comparison of his like meetings versus the ones around them. He's fucking terrified.
Loosen him up.
He says, what could be more important than keeping the economy of Algathera on its feet? We're a farming city state, you know. It's of great importance. I'm the president of the Wool Association. Did you know? And he sort of like is like fumbling around for like a badge in his pocket.
Redwin will just take a step forward and just sort of like
He's
not
reaching for-
not fully grab him, but we'll just grab him by the chin with a mage or like one of his psychic hands, and it's just like, all right, we're done fucking around here.
Okay, roll me
We have
intimidation.
Yep. He's lucky Algae's not trigger happy. Start reaching around for a weapon. Disintegrate.
22.
Oh,
He,
wow.
your mage hand grabs him and he like you feel him like jelly. He crumples. He's like, okay, I admit it. I talked to Bundy. It wasn't about wool.
I say, hey,
Yes,
put your hands up.
well-
Show me your hands. Freeze.
Austin,
Freeze, put your hands up.
Austin, Algie, calm down. Well, it's good to see that we're not going to be running each other around in circles then, because these things can always go one of two ways, and I'm glad that you've chosen the quicker way for all
These two
involved.
ways.
Like a two-leaf clover. There's only two. He says,
Oh my
did
god.
it because it was. I just thought it was gonna be best for Algathera. You didn't even know what Governor Jenkins is gonna do. It's so bad. I don't even know what happened. I just followed orders. I just talked to Mia. That's all I did.
I start the bonfire. I cast Create Bonfire. I say, you take his name out of your mouth. Governor Jenkins was a great man. He led Algathera to its peak. And we would have kept on rising except for people like you.
Well, yes, he was very good for El Squashable Record, I must admit.
No, Algathera.
Not just the Algatheran Tigers, but Algathera as a whole.
Just as an aside, what did Governor Jenkins actually do for Algathera? He was never elected.
He did enough.
He was like,
I don't think-
Like, he was
Yeah,
Oh shit,
was he
wrong
actually
governor. No. Because Governor Jenkins Governor Jenkins was a guy. Was he the guy who was killed or the other guy?
no, Jenkins was the one who was killed.
Yeah.
Jenkins was the guy who was running, right?
No, that was
What?
Governor
No.
Ellis. Or Councillor Ellis.
Oh, that's right. Governor
Yeah,
Jenkins
good.
was actually running Algathera. So yes,
Yes.
it would be totally reasonable for you to say that Governor Jenkins was doing a lot for Algathera.
yeah.
Yeah, because he'd been running it for like a while.
He kept the streets
Yeah.
clean and the core mean.
He's the I modeled this guy, Governor Jenkins, off the Democratic vice president. What's his name again?
Waltz.
Walls.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jim Walls.
Yeah, like the Midwestern high
yeah.
school football coach.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
The fact that he's younger than Brad Pitt is wild. I saw that the
Really?
other day.
Brad Pitt
Yeah.
old.
Wow. That's fucked
But
up.
I mean, Brad Pitt still looks great.
Yeah,
Like,
wow.
still need that man. Like,
I guess it's literally his job to look great, isn't it?
yeah.
Hmm. And he gets paid really well for it.
Exactly. Anyway, you can spell out exactly what it is you've done. That will depend how the rest of your life goes after this, because obviously this is no small matter considering the state of things.
Well, I know what I've done wasn't legally correct, and it's haunted me. But all I did was pass a message to an associate who I never met before in my life, and then I don't know what happened. So I know it was a bit suspicious, and I know that it. But I didn't even know what the message said. It was encoded.
Yes, but who did you get it? Who did you get it from? Was the message from Botany herself?
Yes, that was it. Like the first two meetings were just I don't even know why I thought it was legitimately about talking about the sheep export, and how it was struggling given our wars. The wars are really fucking up the sheep export, guys.
They are ruining a whole lot of things. But you know what else would ruin the sheep export? Algathera falling to her knees!
Yeah.
Yeah, backhand.
Damn it, I wish I had.
No. He's been cooperative enough. Bradford's not algae.
You know.
He's
He
a professional at these things.
What you say that, but you destroyed somebody's mind. You tried to. Don't act like
Yeah,
Brad's
that was different.
Yeah, like I don't physically harm them.
Just mentally, emotionally, and physically sometimes.
I mean, I can't. Elves have strong minds. It's you don't see that many of them. They're hard to deal with.
He says the first meetings I thought we were talking about the bull trade, but then when it came to the third meeting, she gave me this note to pass on to someone called I don't want to say it. Oh God, you're gonna kill me. It was Via Yang. Via Yang was the person I gave this note to, and I couldn't read the note. It was all cryptic. But then, after I gave her that note, then a week later, Governor Jenkins was dead.
But you said that you couldn't believe what Governor Jenkins was going to do. That you're somehow intervening. You must have known what was going to happen. I don't know what you talked about alongside the wool trade, but I don't believe you for a second. And I move the bonfire slightly closer.
Okay. Roll me insight, Olsen.
I'm amazing. Plus what? 14.
14. You're pretty sure he's telling the truth. You think that like his worldview might be colored by his political allegiances. He's very clearly a strong. What's Bodney's party? The progressives, whatever we'll call them.
Hippies.
The proggies. The proggy froggies.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Frogs. Frogs.
No, that's racist against French people. Half our cast is French.
You can't be racist. You can't be racist for the French.
Viver's got there through connections. We'll call them the frogs. And
Because they're trying to leap forwards all the time. Those haters.
Yeah, and sometimes those leaps are a bit reckless. Like there's some sensible arguments against these little big leaps. Anyway, what we call the conservatives, the give me an animal that's relevant.
It's gonna be animal. Fuck.
It doesn't have to be an animal, actually, but I was thinking along the lines of animal.
Why don't we call them the Algatheran Democrats?
Yeah, we'll just really confuse them.
All the names mean nothing anyway.
Yeah. All right, they can be the Algatherian
They could be the
Democrats.
liberals. I don't mind.
Yeah, the Liberal Democrats. They can be the Liberal Democrats.
Liberal Democrat.
And Bodney's party can be the Republic of Algatheran Integration. Look at Algatheran, the Rise. Okay. Anyway,
The froggies. Hate them.
and they're froggies for short. Yep. So this guy is a clear
Far
froggy.
right outer group. There you go.
Mm.
There you go. He's a clear froggy. And he's definitely got no goodwill for the Liberal Democrats.
And he was lying very effectively before about the two-leaf clovers. Pretending he didn't know when he totally knew, I reckon.
Yeah.
You're not. You're still on the fence there. Yeah. You think he could be lying, but you really have no idea.
I mean, that's the sort of thing. That's the thing about shell companies, also. It's you're minimizing people knowing things.
What? What a non sequitur. I move the fire slightly closer. I say, tell the truth.
Everything I know.
Show us the body. I mean, I don't know. Where's Vera now? Is it Vera?
Via.
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 Where's Fia? Where did you meet her?
I met her. I met her at the markets. In the middle of town. I handed her the note. We barely said a word to each other. But
You said you knew her.
Yeah, I mean,
You said you knew her. I shake him.
It turns out she went to my daughter's school.
Oh.
Yeah, she graduated a
Wait,
year
she's
ago.
a child? Fuck.
She's 18. She graduated a year ago. Yeah, my daughter said that she graduated a year ago. She sometimes saw her in the halls. She doesn't know too much about her, but I think she lives on the north side of town, and she's got a job at a bakery. What's it called? Oh my god! Please don't kill me. What's the bakery called? Oh my god!
What's the bakery called?
Yeah.
And he gives you the name of the bakery. It's like
Oh, here it comes.
hot bread fast.
Ooh.
Hot bread fast.
Hot bread
bread
fast.
fast.
I love bakeries that are named like what they do.
Mm.
Where all the pie crusts from.
Yeah. I swear that's all I know.
There's one thing that you're holding out from us. You didn't think we knew, did you?
What about?
Where did you get the pineapple from?
Yes, Olsen makes a good point. Olsen makes a good point. Even we can't get.
I can't
access
find
to
pineapples
in
anywhere.
this day and age.
I've been looking everywhere. They just don't have them. The up street market, the down street market, west market, no pineapples.
It's like I actually if you go to the eastern markets at the break of dawn, there's one guy who's sometimes there who sells pineapples. I try every month, and I got lucky last time. Please, do you want my pineapple? I'll give you my pineapple.
You will give me your pineapple, and I'll be at the eastern market tomorrow. And if there's no man there selling pineapples, I'll be back.
Okay, he do you drop him, Olsen, or do you? Bretwin, or do you keep holding him?
No, I let him go. It's just like, don't leave town.
Yeah.
You know, if you're
No.
lucky, this is the last you'll see of us.
Now to make sure you don't talk,
It's like no.
I polymorph him into a sheep.
It's like
It only lasts for a little bit.
he'll turn back in an hour. It's like
Yeah.
Bretwin
Really
pats the
funny.
sheep, and Bretwin pats the sheep, and he's like,
I want to do like really menacing,
think-
like
"You can think about what you've done while you're a sheep."
now to make sure you don't talk.
That's actually fucking great. That's
No.
so good.
I thought you were going to pull him off into a pile of dust.
Okay. All right. Do you head back past the house or do you leave straight away?
Hell yeah, we go to the house.
Yeah,
This
we
girl's
promised
making
a
a
fruit
fruit
platter.
platter.
Yeah.
We got
With a
time.
pineapple.
Yeah.
we got
So
time. We've got an
If we
hour.
don't eat the pineapple, what are we even doing here? You know?
the
All we
daughter
found out is
has,
it was
like,
the other girl.
yeah, she's laid out this like this it's humble. It's humble, but it's a fruit platter for sure. And beside it is the poster with the three of you. It's an artist reconstruction. It's very like kawaii, you know, that sort of style. You've been
Oh
rendered.
my god.
You've been rendered in that
I love it.
style.
Algie loves it. I imagine he's
Um,
like pretty burlier than he is. You know, slight.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
Algie's like a little.
you wouldn't be Billy. You'd be like a twink.
You're still a wizard.
He's like a muscle wizard, but he's got like the whole glass glimmer thing
Oh
going.
yeah,
I love
yeah.
it.
I see it.
Alton's there
it-
with like his spirit animals in the background, like all the forms he takes.
Wait,
And
there's,
tell me
like,
more about the
right when-
poster. Tell me, where am I positioned?
Oh, center middle.
Center middle?
It's
A little
sort
bit
of like,
above? A little bit above
like
me?
yeah, like it's sort of like a triangle, right? Like you're there, and then there's Algie with his muscles and his glasses off to the side, and then there's Bretwin on the other side, like
Mysterious bad boy.
shadow copies of Bretwin everywhere. It's
Well, maybe they probably don't know much about Brevin, so maybe it's just Brevin.
No.
It's just
Just standing there.
just standing there.
It's just a dwarf. You can't really tell who it is.
Generic dwarf. Bretwin's like, I don't even have a beard that long.
I mean, I feel this sounds like official art.
Yeah.
Oh, I love
Oh,
Ryan
like-
to get this commission now.
That's a good commission.
That's so
Um,
good.
So yeah, she's there. She's like, oh, so I cut up the pineapple up, and I've got some strawberries, and I found some pears in the back of the fridge that we'd canned. And oh, by the way, the poster's just over there. So if you get a chance, I mean, no pressure.
Oh,
I'm
I just,
gonna
Yes,
go
I
up
think-
and
I
look at the
think-
poster even more.
yeah. I'll head over to sign the poster.
Yes, I think for the rarity of getting pineapples from
I just
someone
imagine,
like this, I think this is a worthwhile trade.
imagine
You've-
Olsen's just slurping down that pineapple.
It's just like plucks one out of Olsen's
God,
hand.
it's
Like,
so
you can't
good.
have all of it. Like,
I'm
truly, you
rolling-
have done a great
Roll the
service to Algathera
D100 for
today.
pineapple enjoyment.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, it's pretty fucking
Ooh,
good.
you love it.
Pineapple.
Wow.
I guess, yeah, maybe I haven't. No, I've never actually had pineapple before. Take a little bite. Oh!
It's a complex flavor.
Wow, you,
Maybe Alcathera
you-
pineapples taste like really sour or something.
Well, it's the thing is like
Disgusting.
in real life people are allergic to pineapples, right?
Oh, God.
So I feel like Algie has like a really bad pineapple allergy and like just pops up immediately and it's like, what the fuck are you guys eating here?
They're trying to poison me as well.
it's like it feels like it's eating the inside of my mouth.
It's meant to be like that. That's the flavor.
That's the fun part, Algie. That's what we go for.
Oh, I don't
like
know.
literally like on the floor, like gasping for breath, like.
I'll eat Algie's piece.
Yeah, more for us. I cast cure wounds on Algie.
Okay.
Lucky,
sign the
lucky I already
poster,
signed. Lucky I'd already signed the
pineapple,
poster.
That is lucky. Do you want to do anything else here?
No, I think we leave.
Okay.
It's just like, oh, what's polymorph, like an hour, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I suppose. So,
Yep.
like, we don't even need to say anything then.
Okay. Where to?
The
Hot bread shop.
no, actually,
hot bread or whatever it's called.
yeah,
hot
the
bread now.
shop.
Fast bread
Hot bread fast.
Fast bread.
Hot bread fast.
Hot fast bread
Fast.
quick.
Okay, so hot bread fast, by its silly name, is actually like
Silly
super
name.
popular bakery. Really successful. It does what it says on the box. and it does it really consistently and reliably. So yeah, there's a bit of a queue when you get there, and they're all hands on deck. They're serving, and you see a 18-ish-year-old girl at the front counter, taking orders, bagging bread, doing her thing.
Why would they be?
I feel we need to. I don't think we can accost this girl at her place of work while there's a big line of people here.
Yeah.
We'll just get some hot bread. And as a side note, a place that like freshly bakes bread continuously throughout the day and like sells fresh hot pieces of bread sounds really good.
Oh.
Why does no one do this?
Yeah. Because it would be
tricky.
so much work.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's a
Like you
market
make all that
opportunity
bread
here.
in the morning, right? Like just make it throughout the day. Slowly and steadily.
Just make it fast.
No,
Yeah,
like
and
just
hot.
have
Make
it
it
cook
fast.
it all the time and then
That's true.
like they make it all in the morning, right? That seems way harder. They gotta bake it all really early and then they've gotta like get the right amount. Like they could just make it throughout the day. Why are people doing this? Am I crazy?
Because it takes a really long time to make a loaf of bread.
How long does it take to make bread?
Like
Well,
hours. Like multiple hours.
To make like one bread?
Yes. I mean, it could
don't
also be
think-
multiple bread.
I don't think the
You gotta let
quantity
it-
is the issue.
You gotta
20
knead
to
it, then you gotta let
45
it rise
minutes.
once, you gotta punch it down, then you gotta
Really?
let it rise again, then you gotta fucking shape it, then you gotta put it in the oven, then you gotta let it rest.
The second rise
two-
gets you proofing,
sounds like you're doing hot bread slow over here.
bulk fermentation. Baking 25
like-
to 40 minutes. I feel like you could get this right, where you just like slowly, continuously, bread's coming out all day.
Yeah, that's what hot bread fast does.
And then it looks fast to the people, but really, it's like a production line of bread that's just
It's a
continuously churning.
complex dance of logistics and yeast.
Yeah.
And that says 3 to 4 hours.
Yeah, there's all this
So-
sitting around, proofing
Yeah.
and fermentation,
Hmm. Correct.
shaping, second rise.
But yes, let us. I think we can. It's a day of eating. I think we can use our status to get some hot bread fast, as they say. The people will love it. We're frequenting the local businesses.
Confirmed.
Yes, but Botany could become aware if
That we bought bread? Perhaps I'm willing to take the risk.
We are here to provide encouragement to the people by their fresh upcoming military champions. By being out in the city, will put the people's minds at ease
Yeah.
while Vivas takes control of the city. We're here to assure them that they're going to be safe,
That's
and
a
that
good
even
point.
we are not so worried that we cannot enjoy hot bread.
yeah.
Fast.
I would imagine people coming up and we're like, "Fear not, everyone. Dragon Knights will keep Agathera safe. You
The
Keep-
crowd is
continue your
very
daily
excited to be
task.
here. Yeah.
Now is the
They
time for
let us
bread.
do the queue, even.
Do we? Yes, we do. Fuck it. You know, what's the point of being famous if you can't skip the queue?
Okay. You're served by Via Yang, and she says, "Oh, Dragon Knights. What can I get for you?"
Please, just call me the Olsen.
Later,
And
actually.
even inside,
A
the
bystander in the
breeze.
background that's like absolutely slapped in the face by
A bystander? It's algaes, right? It's got a name.
It's too high. It'd be
Oh,
my lair action. I'm immune to the cape.
It always just happens to slightly dodge you perfectly.
Yeah.
Always make that dexterity check.
Perfect. Yeah, it's like you just like sort of just sway your head at the
Yeah.
right
I'm
time.
used to it at this point.
That's hilarious. All right, that's perfect. Yes. The Olsen. Would you like one of our cinnamon buns? It's my personal favorite.
Some hot bread, please. And it's the Olsen.
My apologies, the Olsen. Yes, our
You'd
hottest
say the
bread.
Olsen.
She didn't say right, though.
She apologizes. And for the rest of you, the other two.
The other two? What?
Did both of you
Yes, I will take some of these. I will take some of these cinnamon buns. I can always pinch some hot bread off Olsen.
I'm huffy now.
Oh, come now, Algie. Tell the girl what sort of bread you want.
A hot bread, perhaps?
Yeah,
A
I'll
cooler
have Olsen's.
bread?
I'll have what Olsen's having.
Two hot breads and one cinnamon bun coming right up. It's on the house, of course.
Of course.
What would you like to do next with your cinnamon buns and your hot bread?
I'm not actually that hungry because
reckon-
we just had that fruit platter, so I'll just hang on to it for now.
I didn't wash that.
Bread when it-
Pineapple out of my mouth.
I reckon so. Psychically to the other two, as we like walk out, waving and telling people things will be fine. It's like, well, it's good that we know where she is and we have this connection. I think, as you said, there are too many people around to do anything at the moment. We can either go and do some digging and find out where she lives, or goes to school otherwise. Oh well, I suppose she's finished school.
She's finished school.
Thank God for
We
that.
can. I say we set up somewhere nearby and just keep a low profile, keep an eye on it, and then follow her afterwards.
Fine.
It's not that surprising when
Why'd
you
you
hear
have
the
to make
youth
her
of
an
today getting caught
18-year-old
up in
girl,
these.
Lachlan? This is so creepy now.
Just
This
stalker.
is totally realistic.
Yep.
At least,
Yeah,
at least I
youth
made them
getting into
over
their
18 this time,
their
though.
anarchist factions,
That's
underground
right.
politics where they think they can make a difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, you haven't
You
seen her
just-
pull on her jacket yet.
Oh.
And they just think it's really cool and that no one's gonna get hurt, and then suddenly someone gets blown up next to them and they get real traumatized real fast. That's how it
Yeah.
goes. That's the trope.
Or slowly
Exactly
burnt.
the trope. Oh, you're on board. All right, I see.
All right.
They
We
were
stalk
entirely
this
on
girl.
board.
Yep.
Okay. It's
How
getting
about-
towards.
How about Olsen? We'll chill out at the pub. We'll leave the stalking to Bretwin.
Oh, true.
They're the expert. Let us know when you're ready. We'll keep the town in high hopes, high spirits.
I'm very recognizable as well. It wouldn't really make sense. Like I go out there to sit in the corner and stare at her and wait for her
Yeah,
to
we're
finish
the-
work, like a real creepy
the-
dude. But everyone's just hanging around looking at me the whole time. I can't
We're-
sneak off into the shadows.
Yeah, Bretwin and I fine. We're just the other two.
We're just the other two. That's the way I like it. It's a lot easier to get things done when any points at Olsen is like, but that's not happening to you.
Yeah.
Swoosh it out.
All right, so you two go to the pub. Olsen, you lurk in the shadows.
No, I go to the
Um,
pub. Brentwood lurks in the shadows.
Oh,
Round.
sorry. Yes, that's correct. She's working the morning shift, so she clocks off about 1 p.m.
How long have we
Um,
been? How long has that guy been pulling off for?
Oh, it'd be like 2 hours since you left him.
I start to wonder if perhaps he's doing sneaky business. I use locate creature now that I'm familiar with him.
Oh, nice. Is he still on the farm?
Hmm. He's on his farm, but the interesting thing is that it appears he's gone underground.
Interesting.
So you know exactly where he is, but it's not in his pastures, it's not in the house, it's underground near his house.
Is it like the
Z-axis
cellar or like
the
way
Z-axis
low?
has a fat negative on it.
That's right.
Is
Huh.
he moving?
No,
Can I tell if
no.
he's dead?
If you locate him,
I can tell whether he's
Sure, how
moving,
does that
but I
work?
can't tell whether he's dead or not.
Huh.
okay, he is moving. He's moving a little bit, so I guess he can't be dead if he's moving. Well, he could be dead if he's moving. He's moving a little bit, like
It's
he's sort of.
My
in a
first
room.
thought is when he's buried, he's underground. I'm like, perhaps
Yeah.
someone's killed him. So I look at him. I'm like, no, he's wiggling around a little bit.
He's wiggling around. Like it feels like he's moving in like a smallish room.
What's wrong, Olsen?
I was just
going on?
checking on our farm friend. He's still at his farm, but it looks like he's gone underground. Literally. But he is
What?
moving
Jim-
around.
Jimmy's fallen down the well.
Perhaps we treated him too mercifully.
I think you're right. I was gonna wait until tomorrow morning at the East Market, but maybe we should head back there right now.
Okay.
The old casual,
is
the
that what you
classic
wanna do?
split up.
It's gonna be a bit hard because we've got like a crowd of adoring fans now.
Yeah.
Maybe we have to try and sneak out.
Ooh, that sounds fun. I've got some spells to help with that.
I've got.
You just
Misty
turn
Step.
into an eagle and fly away.
Yeah, I can change form. That's
My
that's
planet needs
You
me.
literally could.
I could also change into an eagle with pod.
You literally could. You could turn to birds and you could fuck off and no one will follow you.
All right. I say, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'll look it out. And I go.
I
up to the
also
bathroom.
I actually legitimately do need to go to the bathroom, but I want to sort of finish where we're at. So if you're comfortable with going a bit long,
sure.
yeah, okay.
I will also go to the bathroom. Yeah, I've got a free self polymorph, which doesn't cost me anything, which is pretty
Free.
cool.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
You're better, Druid.
so I can have two. I can polymorph something else, and I guess that was supposed to be concentration normally. But with the dragon egg, I can have
Yeah,
two polymorphs.
Literally
Holy
do
shit.
that.
Yeah, which is pretty cool.
Do you stay like? Is your polymorph? Can you be damaged, or do
For
you
1
just
hour.
come straight out of it when you get hurt or something?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. What?
Well, it lasts until the target drops to 0 HP and dies, so I can find it. It's like literally like a
It's just polymorph, but it's just self.
Do you
but
die
like
if
it's
you
like a
die?
base form. I don't think so. Oh wait, do you? The target assumes hit points of its new form. When it reverts to its normal form, creature returns to the number of hit points it had before. So it's basically like the same as your druid shape.
What CR can you put people up to?
It did say this. Challenge rating is equal or less than the target's level. So yeah,
What?
I
Wait,
was
you're
gonna
a challenge.
change
You're like level 11.
Yeah,
Wait, what?
Challenge rating can't be equal to the level.
there's not
Like,
many
that's
beasts.
crazy.
There's not many beasts that are
Oh,
that
because it's
high.
only beast, isn't it?
Yeah,
But, like, what's the beasts?
but yeah, I've been ready to change you back into a direwolf or a lion or whatever, but this never comes up.
Well, you don't need to do a direwolf or a lion or something. You could do CR8, Tyrannosaurus
No,
Rex, huge giant
CR1
clap.
or lower.
Didn't you
CR1
say
or lower.
the character's level?
Yeah,
No.
Is Cameron just lying to me?
yeah, it is. The new form can be a beast whose challenge rating is equal or less than the target's, or the target's level if it doesn't have a challenge rating.
That is not what it.
So that's what it says here.
That's like crazy strong. I don't think it could be that.
The new
Yeah.
form. But then
I'm
what
doing
about
like I'm doing
polymorphing
like
people
challenge
into?
rating 4 or something at the moment. That's how I can go.
And
Okay.
what about people getting polymorphed into a T-Rex? That's a total thing.
All right.
What are we doing? You two have flown away.
I'm challenge rating 3.
Well, it could be challenge rating 11.
Shit. Okay. We're flying away.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we've got a little surprise for you next combat, Lachlan.
Okay. I can't wait. I can't wait.
Be afraid. Be very afraid.
Okay, and then Bretwin, what are you up to?
I think he's just going to. Do either of y'all tell Bretwin,
Oh,
or
yeah.
does he notice that they've done that?
I can message you.
I don't think
Oh,
to
yeah.
tell him. I'm like, it's just
Yeah.
a
Well,
quick.
as long as you
know.
don't get outside of 5, as long as you're not outside 5 miles, I can still talk to you.
We're not outside 5
Don't-
miles. We're just on the city edge.
Send you. You focus on stalking the 18-year-old girl. And we'll look after the farmer.
Well, I hope for once I can trust you to not murder a basic commoner.
He may need to be murdered.
It didn't. Whatever. Just don't bring embarrassment to our name. Oh, just try.
Just try.
Just try. Okay, so
Oh.
Brett, when they abandon you,
Whoa,
what do you do?
whoa.
He's like used to stakeout, so he's just gonna go and set up somewhere where he can, you know, keep an eye on the bakery while not being too close with it.
Okay.
You know, probably goes and like gets himself some ales and just sort of like sets
Yep.
up in a corner.
Yep. So she clocks off her shift, uh, and you see her leaving the bakery at about 1 p.m. ish, early afternoon, in her jacket, and her jacket is it's patched up, right? Um, it's got all these political slogans. It's got all this punk shit. You know, it's there's an anarchist sign on there for sure.
Of course.
Yeah,
She's like,
you knew exactly
she's
what
the
it was
opposite
going.
of anarchy. She's like working for the government.
No. She did a coup on the other government, though.
Yeah, for a new government that was like just the other party before. She should have a big picture of a frog on her.
Bloody froggy. So what would you like to do, Wilson?
Also, not Bretwin.
Bretwin.
Bretwin like literally chuckles and it's just like, to be young again. They have such ridiculous ideas. They have such funny ideas.
To be young and organize assassinations of the governing body, just like your
Yes.
youth.
It's like, good times, good times.
Could actually be very similar to yours.
He's just gonna surreptitiously follow after her until he'll just surreptitiously follow after her, see where she goes, see if there's sort of, you know, your very standard, you're now in a place where we won't be interrupted.
Yeah, she's like crossing town. She cuts through the markets and then dips like off the main street and starts taking some like shortcuts. One of those shortcuts is rather unfortunate for her in this particular circumstance.
Yeah, especially because Bradwin can literally teleport at this point.
Okay. Okay. All right. So you like she's in like a dark alley at this point. No one's seen the pair of you go down this way. What would you like to do?
Yeah, Bretwin's literally just gonna he'll literally just like as she's walking through, he'll literally just have teleported and been in an alley ahead of her, and as she walks past, just be like, mighty nice jacket you've got there. Don't you think you're showing your cause, you're wearing your heart on your sleeve a little bit much, though? Considering everything that's been going on lately, anyway.
She's like, she jumps, like her physical reaction is unavoidable, but she kind of like steels herself surprisingly quickly, and she sort of eyes you up, and she says, "Without our beliefs, what do we truly live for?"
It's good to have a cause to fight for. It's good to have something to believe in. However, there is a certain order to things. There is a correct way that these things must be done. And circumventing that doesn't always end up well for all those involved. Now, does it?
You sort of see her like running through the scenario in her head, and she's like, "Oh, I see what this is. Look, it may not have ended well for a certain someone, but I have no regrets. I have made progress. I'm not done either. This is just a start."
Well, I suppose it's. I mean, I know that I am a Dragon Knight, but really, you're honestly making this far too easy.
I apologize for nothing. I regret nothing. Whatever moves my causes forwards is what I believe is the right thing to do. If you arrest me or kill me, even, I will die knowing I have done the right thing, and I have moved Algathera forward out of its racist, exclusionary, um, bigoted past towards a brighter future. Look, is botany my candidate of choice? No, but she was far better than that filthy traditionalist, living dinosaur, Governor Jenkins.
Excellent squashball coach.
Yes, well, while we do disagree on methods, you are correct in that regard. However, there is a right way and a wrong way to do these things, and the problem is she a human?
Yeah.
This is the problem, and yes, this is quite rich to be saying, but this is the problem with the shorter lived races. There's just such impetuousness to that. And what might seem like a good idea in the span of 5 or 10 years can knock things completely off task for the next 50. Did you ever think what would happen if this all came to light? If the people from Algathera found they'd been lied to? It could cause them to swing completely the other way. They would have been right in thinking that they were betrayed, in thinking that this had all been orchestrated to change things that they weren't ready for. Do you know what that can do when if the entire city decided then and found someone charismatic enough that someone like Councillor Ellis rode that wave, got in power at a tumultuous time like this? Do you have any idea what that could have done to the city as a whole? If your little quick plan, was found out, was spread publicly by the rags that people call journalists in this city? I haven't even applied any pressure to you, and you're telling me what's going on. What do you think if someone actually did, and wanted to spread this around, to knock botany out, take out the frogs and everything else?
Oh my God! I never even thought of it like that.
Yes,
Well,
that is
but wait, and she sort of like regathers herself, and she's like, but it didn't happen, did it? It all worked fine.
for now. For now.
She's like,
And we would like it to stay that way. However, we cannot leave things to go in this little path that you and your friends have created. So what you're going to do is you're going to tell me who you passed on this little note to, how you were set up in the first place, and then, if you're lucky, you'll only see me from afar again. And this story will never... And you'll do a better job at keeping your involvement in this quiet. And the public of Algathera will never find out what happened. And we continue going on our wonderful equality... not equality... our nice rainbow diverse future that you all want without backsliding because the people had been lied to and the people are fickle and stupid. And that is what we're going to try and do.
she's looking quite repentant now, and she's like, I never thought of it like that. And she's like, she starts like, not like sobbing, but like tears, like her eyes tear up, and she's like, so Bretwin, I I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't think it would be this bad. Look, I don't even know who I got that note from. Some guy that smelled like sheep just came up to me one day and passed it to me. Um, I knew the code because it was my club's code. I didn't know how he knew it, we've had to change the code since because clearly there was a breach. But that was the way we communicate with each other. But I transcribed it, and it said to head down into the sewers, and there I would find a parcel for myself with enough funds for our organization to keep running for as many years as we needed to. It's unlocked so many of our operations. All I had to do was leave the transcribed note at this weird little house that was in the sewers. No one was there when I went, but I just left the note there. It was it was it wasn't encoded, but it was just a bunch of numbers and figures. They didn't mean anything to me, but that's what I did, and I just took the reward, and then a month later, Governor Jenkins was dead, and I felt like I had to have something to do with that.
Yes, that is very good to know. That is very useful information. Here's the thing. Keeping the enthusiasm of youth, keep that cause and that drive, keep that within you, keep it burning bright. Because that is what gets Algothera forwards. But it is easy to be misled, it's easy to be dragged away by your ideals and blinded to what the bigger picture is. You need to look further ahead than merely the next year or two. These things are operating on the level of cities, the level of political machines. It's not something that happens quickly. Even if small change happens too fast, can knock things off down the line that you would never expect.
Oh.
Look to channel this energy into, improving the city in other ways. Go run for these things yourself. Stop skulking around in the shadows. Leave that to the professionals. And he just turns around and he literally just disappears.
Shit. That was an absolute masterclass. Well done. That was
Thank
beautiful.
you.
Yeah, if you don't have inspiration, you can absolutely. I feel like inspiration isn't enough of a reward for that. That was so good.
That worked so well.
I thought you were going to encourage her to join your organization training and blah, blah, blah.
She was about to throw herself at your feet and be like, "Mentor me, Brett."
Yeah. That's what I thought.
Oh, he would absolutely not. Considering she's just like straight away be like, "Oh, we did this."
Yeah.
Stupid.
No potential.
None.
Okay, so you now know Botany had meetings with Amnorvov, and part of that was a payment and arrangement to deliver a message to Via Yang. Via Yang translated that message into her guild's secret language, which then instructed her to take a sub encryption down to the sewers, to a certain house built into the sewers, where she collected her own reward, and that's it, I think.
Mm.
She didn't have the money, right? Like, who's giving them the money?
Sorry, so Am was paid directly by Botany,
Who
and
paid the two leafies?
who paid the
Well,
two
that's-
leafies?
So
We
this
don't
is
know
like
that.
very cryptic with all these different, like the note starts here and it changes to here and then it goes to here and it changes again.
Yeah.
That's not a smoking gun. I can't take that to the people of Algothera. You know?
Yeah, actually, no, you're right. There needs to have been like, she needed to actually take a payment. Like, she needed to collect a payment and take that down to the door, and she was allowed to take some of it. She was like allowed to take some of that money, but she had to leave the bulk of the money at the house.
So she finds a package in the
Yeah,
sewer
so-
with a bunch of money or something.
Yeah. So she's instructed to find a package in the sewer. She's allowed to take like a sub package from that, and then she has to take the rest of it to the house in the sewers.
You get that, Dylan?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna need that.
Yeah, there's this session. Like after this, I'm just gonna be like, okay, go back and fix this.
Yeah. I think for the most part, it's cohesive.
Yeah.
I think. I'm sure, like on retrospection, it would not be, but in my head at the moment, it's very cohesive.
It's cohesive enough, and we can assume there's like an abstracted like another half dozen people in this that we would not be fun to go and chase.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, they were supposed to be dead. They were
Yeah.
supposed.
That's the problem,
they-
though. If they're dead, like there's gaps in the chain and it all falls apart. So, like,
There's multi-chain, you know. Someone went and got the package from someone and dropped it in the sewer.
Yeah.
We'll never find
That's
that
what I
person.
mean. That's what I mean.
true.
In the assumption is that we've also then gone and checked out these other 6 people.
Actually, that's a good
Just-
point. There would have been a murdered person who did the package drop, but that's irrelevant because you don't actually need to know who did the package drop. Just that there was a package drop. My least favorite high school English class was when we had to write a murder mystery. So I'm really stretching my
Yeah.
set here. All right. What would you like to do next? Oh,
Fine.
sorry. You two have flown back. I should wrap that bit up as well. You two have flown back to the farm. Also, is your locate person like a running thing? Is it a concentration?
Up to 1 hour. Yes.
Okay. So you literally are like sonar picking this guy.
Yeah.
It takes you back to the farm, and you sort of come across the farm, and you're really close to the house, but you're sort of just like off the house, and there's just like it's just the backyard basically.
I
The-
want to use my
English-
enhanced bird perception to see if I can find a hidden tunnel or like
Okay.
a little house that might have a stairway down underground or some crap.
Investigation, please.
Investigation +2, 19.
19. Yeah. You look around, and there's actually a fairly obvious cellar door, like one of those like slanty ones on the edge of the house. Yeah, it's not that well hidden.
I got him. I feel like I'm a genius. Alright, I want to do a little lap. Is there anything going on? Is that girl here? Is there other people around?
You can't find the girl, and there's no other people around.
Alright. I make bird hand signals at my compatriot, Algie.
I'll just message him. Can't understand the bird signals.
I refuse
hate
to
these fucking
respond.
bird signals.
I don't respond. I make the bird signals again, and then I start circling down to the ground. I'm like, come on, fucking Algie.
I'll just
Every
follow him.
day I go through these again.
I heard that. Go down with him.
I'm gonna land stealthily near the house.
What kind of bird are we, by the way? Are we big?
I am regular sized bird. I was a bird one time before. What was that?
Yeah. You're like a big eagle, weren't you?
I was just like a bird. Lachlan made me a goose, I think.
Yeah, you're a goose.
Oh, back in the ice area.
Yeah.
I was thinking about when we.
I pick the best form for each situation. There's never a reason not to be a goose. I don't know why I was a goose.
Yeah, exactly.
But-
Always be a goose.
I'm
Yeah.
sticking with it. I have one bird
Yeah.
form that I use every time.
Why not be a goose?
I come
Um,
down in my goosey goodness and hide in the bushes.
Okay. Okay. Algie.
I follow Olsen.
Okay. You
That's
are
what
in
I
the
shoot.
bushes. Do you humanify?
Yes, I humanify.
Honk.
Roll stealth.
He honks very loudly.
I do not honk. It's an 8. I just
Okay,
don't land
okay.
very crisply, perhaps, you know? I don't fly around that much.
You rustle. You rustle. There's some rustling in those bushes. As far as you can tell, there's no one around. Even despite your rustling, there seems to be no reaction.
Can I see, like, kind of triangulate his depth? I'm trying to see this guy. He looks like he's
Yep.
underground. Is he
It's
like
like-
right through the cellar door, or what's going on?
It's like so the cellar door is on the edge of the house, and he's sort of like maybe like I don't know 3-4 meters off the edge, like 1 story down.
Okay. I'm gonna listen at the cellar door, I suppose.
Okay. Perception, please.
Shoo. +8.
Oh shit. Okay.
25.
25. You get the full conversation between a middle-aged man and a young girl. And the young girl is like, Dad, why do we have to come down here? I was just hanging my poster on the wall. I got it signed. Did you know that? That's amazing. And the dad's like, not now, Charlotte.
Of course, her name's Charlotte.
Yeah, of course. We've got to get ready. We don't know what's going to happen. We just have to be prepared. That's the conversation.
I will
Oh.
relay this to LG very quietly. I don't bother with the hand signals because I know he's not got it. It's too complicated. I say they're preparing for something. I can't tell what. Do you think we should tie off some loose ends?
I honk back at him.
You don't have to say as a bird, do you? I don't. Oh my god.
Okay.
I didn't turn back yet. We had to fly back. I don't want to have to use another spell slot.
I thought you could just do this all the time. You could polymorph
Nah,
yourself. No?
It's just a special one I gotta do that doesn't use a spell slot.
Okay.
Okay. What
Give him a
next?
honk.
Can you indicate with the honk? I don't want to kill this girl. I would kill the dad, but she had the poster of me. I look so kawaii.
Oh my god,
see.
just the idea of Olsen in the middle just being like, ugh.
So we're gonna
Alright. We'll start
I'm
flying
just
back
gonna-
then.
I'm just gonna
I
leave.
guess.
Yeah.
Yep.
Feeling okay? Feeling like things are alright? Maybe we'll check back up on them a little bit later.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll hang around for a little while, actually. Maybe we'll hang
Okay.
around for a little bit and listen in, see if we can
Okay. You
get to the
continue to
bottom
listen
of what
in.
they're actually planning.
You continue to listen in. The conversation goes on. The girl is like raving how big and strong Olsen was, and how cool and what's the word like they use in all those like fantasy roms about like the Xanders and the Shadow Warriors of the world.
Mysterious.
Mysterious.
Brooding?
Yeah. Yes, like dark and
Brooding.
mysterious. Dark and mysterious. That's what I was looking for. Dark and mysterious. Olsen was, and how smart Algie looked. She's just going on, and the dad is like, Charlotte, I really can't hear any more of this right now. I'm telling you, those people almost killed me. We just have to.
Turn
Look,
me
we're
into
not-
a sheep.
We're not going anywhere. They told us not to go anywhere. There's no way I'm not going to listen to the Dragon Knights. But we just have to get ready. Like, if they come back, we just need to. If anything happens to Algathera, we just need to be ready to go. Like, we gotta be ready to go. And I prepared all this. If we have to bunker underground, that's fine. If we have to just pack up and leave everything, that's fine. And she's like, "Can I bring my poster?" And he's like, "Yes, you can bring the damn poster." That's the conversation.
Alright.
Mm.
I'm content.
Cool.
Form of a mid-sized goose, and I think we should return to revelry at the tavern.
Yep.
Okay.
Hank.
Okay. You two return to the tavern. Brett, when you were last seen teleporting out of the dark alley, having suitably impressed the young girl and obtained the
Mhm.
information you need, I believe.
Yeah.
I suppose-
I reckon. Yeah, I reckon he'd probably slowly make his way back to. He'd check in with the other two like telepathically, and then just make his way back to the bar they were staying at, the inn they were
Okay.
staying at, I should say.
You're left alone a bit more. this afternoon. Like everyone's super like excited there for sure, but like there's less of like a throng. There's a bit more respect for the Dragon Knights and their personal space. What would you like to do?
I feel like
Brethren
it's
will
the end
give-
of the day.
yeah.
And we need to
Brethren
go.
will update the two on what he found, what he heard.
All right. We'll share that we went back and did a little check-in
Yeah.
Okay.
on the farmer, and all looks to be as it should be.
Yes, I mean, I didn't think he was going to do anything stupid after fright we gave him.
Never trust a sheep farmer, I always say.
Never be too safe with those loose ends.
Yes, this
Like
is
Aldi's
true.
like pulling out his fucking skinning dagger, and he's like, huh?
I imagine Bretman's like,
Just
oh
tie
fuck,
him
did they
off.
go and kill them? Did they go and kill the guy?
Just checked on, yeah, maybe we don't even tell him really what we were doing. We're just like, we're just checking on some loose ends.
And Brethren was just like, am I gonna find bodies? Are we gonna have to do the paperwork
no one's
for
gonna
more bodies
find
in the
bodies.
city?
No one's gonna find bodies.
It's like,
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay.
Oh dear.
So what are you planning on doing with all this information you've acquired?
I don't even know. We still need the smoking gun.
Well, now we can go to Vivers to then.
well, now we can go talk to
go to
Filarion
the-
about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'd say we'd use him to
Should we go
at
and
that point,
do a
and
little
that's when we'd
grave
go and like,
robbery?
yeah, that's when we'd go and deal with that, and use him to unlock that.
Okay.
Oh no! Don't we need to? We need to accuse Botany because we can't get the smoking gun, and then present it as evidence to be like it was gonna be blue. Look, it's blue. We have to say it's gonna be blue to everyone before we go there.
That guy's got more than one bone, though, right? Or
Huh?
maybe. Right. So you're saying we don't take the bones yet? We leave the bones in the ground.
Yes. Yes.
Then we bring the. We come to the grave with our evidence, and then we say,
Yeah.
look, he was murdered.
Or else it doesn't make any sense. It's just like we dug up the bones. We
Yeah,
found
I
this
found
weird
a
thing.
bone that
That
was a
means
poison guy. It could mean anything.
that means she poisoned him. It's like, okay, like
All right. All right. Should we go to Valerian first, or should we go to
Hmm.
keep Bunnyman in the loop?
this. Are we gonna finish up soon? Getting tired.
Yeah. Well, the plan for next session will start by, I guess, going to Filarion, and we'll go from
Mhm.
there.
What are
Sounds good.
Vivers?
Nice.
Actually, why don't we just fast forward a second, and let's say you've gone to Filarion, and you've given him all the brief. He says to you, "This is the missing piece we've been looking for," and that's where we'll finish tonight.
What? Valerian? Say the
Ooh.
Head of intelligence.
head of intelligence.
Intelligence.
Intelligence. Yeah, isn't he French?
No, he's not French. He
No,
just says
he
intelligence.
just has to
He
say
says it
intelligence
is.
because that's how Vivers says it.
That's corporate policy.
Okay. Good. Thank God for
Okay,
that.
great. I was really trying to figure out how I was going to end it on my classic cliffhangers, and I got there in the end. It was just a real struggle,
The hard Cliffy to fish out.
but it was a good one. I really like. I
I
knew
thought
that's
you
where I
were
wanted to get you.
I thought you were laying some seeds with the guy in the downstairs in the cellar. I was like, ooh, there's
I
some
wanted-
breadcrumbs over here, but there was just a bit
I
of hot
wanted-
bread.
I thought
Yeah,
somebody
I wanted-
buried him.
I wanted it to feel interesting, but be
Not
like-
interesting.
like be a relief. If like I wanted to build like tension and then relieve that tension, but I don't know if that
Hmm.
worked. It was probably more tension for Dylan than anyone else. We were like, these fuckers are gonna murder this guy. Oh.
Maybe we should have killed them. That would have been a
Maybe we
cliffhanger.
He's lucky he had a daughter.
Yeah,
Was that all it was?
that daughter saved his life, 100%.
Yeah, 100%.
If he
Even though
was
she
like
tried to poison me.
weirdly hanging out in the cellar in there, just alone, muttering to himself, "That guy's getting
Dead.
disintegrated."
Yeah, that cell's going to collapse. All right, very good. Next week is okay for everyone.
Yeah.
I
Mine.
think I think we're getting dinner for my dad's birthday. I can. I'll go confirm, but yeah, I think I'm out next week.
Okay.
The next week I'm away. I'm in Cairns in the Daintree.
No.
The 5th, September 5th.
Uh, yes.
Oh, okay.
When are you even gonna play WoW, Cam?
I know. We got to catch up. Catch up hard.
Okay. So potentially not next week. Definitely not the 5th. Back on the 12th.
Mm.
Everyone.
We might all be playing WoW on the 12th.
No,
But-
it's still time for D&D.
Okay. So, Tucci, you let us know about next week, and we'll go from there.
Yep, sounds good.
Okay. Good
At
night,
worst,
everybody.
we can find another night.
Well, that's true. Like, we're sort of in the middle of this murder mystery. It'd be kind of fun to wrap it up. I would be happy to play another night next week if people want to.
Alright, why don't you just find out about your dinner, make sure.
Mm.
I'm
Yeah.
busy on Tuesday and Wednesday, but we can try and find another day.
Yeah, I gotta figure out
WoW
how
comes
our
out
week
next
is
week,
looking.
so-
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's see. Let's
Yeah.
let's try and get a session in next week. If we can't, it's no big deal.
Sounds good. All right.
Bye bye.
See ya.
Bye.
Oh no, I haven't
Was-
turned off my